When you're ready, you can make your way down to the ground. We're going to start on hands and knees. You want to stay seated in your chair. You can follow along with Carly. We'll have both options going here. And as I was briefly mentioning, make sure to go at your own pace with these. Don't move in a way that's painful, but modify it so that it's comfortable. So the couple easy examples are, if we're doing a squat and you have knee pain, don't squat down to the depth that you're uncomfortable, but just squat where you can tolerate it and it doesn't cause pain. You can always give yourself more support holding on if you need to. You can drop your weights if you need to, make it work for you. So we're going to get into this all fours position on the ground. So if you have availability to get onto hands and knees, we're going to start with some breathing as we move our upper back. So you can do this seated in your chair with Carly, and she'll, like she's showing, you can have your hands on your knees. So as you breathe in, I want you to arch your back up, inhale, arch up, and then as you exhale, let your back drop down. Like if you've done yoga, this is a cat-cow. So as you inhale, round your shoulders, and exhale, your upper back drops down. I'll show you. You kind of arch your back there. Let's do 10 more like that, coordinating our breathing, just getting a little bit of movement in our spine. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, arch down. Inhale, round up. And exhale, round down. Inhale, round up. And exhale. Each time, see if you can stretch a little bit further. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, round up. And exhale. Inhale, round your back up. And exhale, drop it down. Getting some more motion in our spine. 3 more, round up, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to do a child's pose stretch. So in this position, I want you to sit your hips back to this back behind you. And if you're seated in the chair, do a forward reach to the ground. Take a deep breath here. Come back up to that neutral position. We're going to go straight back again. Rock back or forward fold to the ground and hold. Take a deep breath. And reset. And again, rock back or bend forward. And reset. So now we're going to go to the side a little bit with it. So either reach your hands down towards the ground to the right, or if you're with me, you're going to sit your hips back and to the right. So I'm kind of going at an angle here, and I can walk my hands out the other way to elongate this stretch. Yep. And then walk your hands back to the middle, come back up. Let's go to the other side. So I'm going to sit my hips back to the left and walk my hands to elongate that stretch. Good. Take a deep breath here. See if you can sit back further into the stretch. Walk your hands back to the middle and come back up. We're going to do that again to each side. So hips sit back to the side. Walk your hands at an angle here. And come back up. And one more to the other side again. Follow along with Carly if you're in your chair. Good, and come back up. All right, so now we're gonna do some pelvic tilts. So with this movement, the easiest way that I like to start to explain it is it's like your hips are a bucket. And so if you're tipping your hips forward, the bucket is tipping forward, or you can tip your hips back, like you're rocking the bucket back. It's kind of funky when you're first getting started with it. It's easiest to feel if your hands are on your hips, the bucket tips forward and the bucket tips backward. So it's all coming from your hip bones. You're going to do that along with Carly in your chair. And I also want, if you're on all fours, I want you to try it in this position, tipping your hips forward and then rocking it back. And even if you're just getting a little bit of a movement, you can see from the side, it's really subtle. There's not a lot of movement. but you're just rocking the hips forward, rock the hips back. Let's try 10 of those. If you can't quite get it, don't worry about it. It can be kind of an awkward movement if you're new to it. So rocking my hips forward and back. 1, 2, we're gonna go to 10. 3, 4, nice, some of you got it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So we're going to do some hip kicks now. So let's see. I may scoot to the side so Carly has a little bit more room. We'll both start with our right leg. I'm going to kick my right leg back behind me. And Carly, you can kind of kick it more out to the side here towards me. Yep. And then I want you to pull it in towards your chest. So Carly's marching it up. And if you can see me, I'm kicking my leg back and then I'm pulling my knee in up towards my chest. Let's do 10 times on the right leg and then we'll switch. So kick your leg out and pull it in. 1, kick it out. 2, out. 3, out. 4, out. 5, out. 6, out. 7, out. 8, 2 more, out. 9, and out. 10. Good. Shake it off. We're going to do the other leg now. So scoop over. And as a reminder, again, you can watch me. I'm kicking my leg back and then pulling it in towards my chest. Let's do 10 times on this leg. As you're doing this, think about keeping, if you're on all fours, keeping your back really flat so that I'm not turning as I kick back. But if I had something balancing on my lower back, it shouldn't be able to move. And in the same way, as you're watching Carly, she's really keeping her posture up tall. You want to make sure that you're not starting to bend forward, but that you're really keeping your posture tall while you're doing that leg kick. All right, here we go. Let's do 10. So kick out and knee up. 1, out. 2, out. 3, out. 4, out. 5, out. 6, out. 7, out. 8, out. 9, and 10. All right, we're gonna add one more layer to that. So now we're gonna add, instead of just kicking our leg out to the side, I'm gonna have you do an arm raise too. So I may have you just switch to marching just for simplicity of it. So Carly will show you here, you're gonna do an opposite arm and leg march. As we're doing our movement here on all fours, if I kick my right leg, I'm gonna lift my left arm. So I'm doing the opposite sides. And then if I kick my left leg, I'm gonna raise my right arm. So I'll turn a little bit so you can see that I'm going opposite there. Let's do 20 back and forth. Go at your own pace with these, keeping your posture nice and tight if you're on all fours with me or if you're sitting in a chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, grab a drink of water if you need to. We're gonna keep using our mats for our power moves next. So if you were doing the warm up in your chair and now wanna try doing some of these moves on the ground, come join me. If you were on the ground and need a break from your knees for a second, feel free to get up and move around and then join me back down here when you're ready. Carly's gonna demo the power moves along with us, so you can follow along with her if you're sitting in your chair. Also a reminder, if this is a hard position for you on all fours for doing the power moves, Some of my favorite options are using a little bit of support in front of you. So if you have a couple pillows that you want to put your hands up on like this, so that I'm not fully down on all fours, but I'm up a little bit higher, it gives me a much better range to move from, and I have a lot more flexibility and maneuverability. If you don't have something like this, you could even use a chair. It's like I could have my hands here where Carly's sitting, like where this could be my couch or a chair next to me. And this gives me a lot more movement if the all fours is a hard position for you. So I'll start demoing here. For the first one is the power up. I'll show it on all fours, and you can watch Carly in the chair where I'm getting a little bit of a bend down, and then I'm powering up fast. Let's see, I'll stagger behind you if you want to speed up a little bit. Carly, I bumped arms. We're figuring it out. And in this position, you really want to squeeze your shoulder blades back together, pushing your chest up forward. Hold this position for a second, spread your fingers wide, take a deep breath, and see if you can elongate your spine. So we're going to do that movement 10 times in a row. So lots of control when you come back down, and then powering up quickly using a lot of momentum to come up into that position. Let's do 10 together. So down, 1, down, 2, nice job, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10. Looks good. We're going to move into our power rock. Will you scoot your chair back again? I think that might be easiest. So for this one, I have to walk my hands a little bit further for this one, so you can move your arms if you need to. For this, my arms are going to stay straight. I'm rocking back into a child's pose like we started in our warm-up. And then I'm going to rock my hips down forward so that my elbows stay straight, but I'm getting a stretch in the front of my body. So I'll show you from this side. Rocking back into that child's pose, and then rocking forward. My hips come down to feel a stretch on the side, and I'm still keeping my chest up. Just go where it's comfortable for you, trying to stretch the front of your hips. So rocking back and then rocking forward. All right. Carly's going to show you here the power rock, reaching up and across. She's using the same leg and same arm, trying to get a lot of range, really stretching her arm and leg out far. I will pivot a little bit more too, so that you have movement there. So we're going to do 10 of these. And I want you to count out loud with me at home using a loud voice. Let's count up by 3s as we do this. So let's get ready. Go ahead and rock back. 3. Rock back. 6. Rock back. 9. Rock back. 12. Rock back. 15. Rock back. 18. Rock back. 21. Rock back. 24. Rock back. 27. Rock back. And 30. Nice job. That looks really good. We're moving into our power twist. We're going to build on this move later in our class today. So for this one, you start with rotating your arm up, and I want you to really think about turning your whole body so that you're looking up at your hand. You're trying to stretch that arm back as far as you can with my fingers wide, and then I'm threading the needle, tucking that arm underneath, trying to bring my shoulder down towards the ground. Then I'm going to switch sides, reach up, look up at my hand, wide fingers, and then tucking that arm through, shoulder towards the ground. So if you're following with Carly, the seated move starts with your arms wide, and she's going to turn her body to clap. Notice how her knee turns so that it's pointing towards the ground. She's getting that full rotation with her whole body, and then she's switching sides. You guys got it. So we're going to alternate back and forth, still counting out loud with me using a loud voice. Let's count backwards from 40 by 2. So we'll start at 40 and we'll end at 2, getting 10 on each side. Ready? So reach up, 40, other side, and open, 38. Big twist up, 36. Rotate up, 34. Rotate up, 32. Rotate up, 30. And up, 28. Rotate up, 26. Rotate up, 24. Up, 22. Up, 20. We're halfway done. Up, 18. Up, 16. Rotate up, 14. Open up, 12. Up, 10. 4 more. Up, 8. Up, 6. Up, 4. And last one. Up, 2. Nice job getting a little bit of more movement in our spine there. One more power move in this position. This is our power step. So you want to start the move with rocking back a little bit, kind of like we were starting to do with that child's pose stretch. So I'm starting to rock back to get some momentum to spring my foot forward. Rocking back to build some momentum, springing my other leg forward. So this is a great option where if you can't get your leg out very far, maybe you want to at least start these moves with your hands up on the chair so that it's easier to move that leg. Your hips have a lot more mobility. If you're seated in your chair, you'll move along with Carly. She's exaggerating that step out with one foot and then bringing it back in together. And she's really lifting your knee high, higher than you feel like you have to get more movement. So we'll alternate back and forth with these as well. This is our last move, then we're taking a break from our knees. So back and forth, 20 all together. Let's count up by 5s for this one. So I'm gonna rock back to start. 5, rock back, 10, rock back, 15, rock back, 20, back, 25, back, 30, back, 35, back, 40, back, 45, back, 50, halfway, back, 55, back, 60, back, 65, back, 70, back, 75, back, 84 more, back, 85, 90, 95, 100. Great job. Getting our heart rates up a little bit with that too. These weren't moves you felt comfortable trying today. Maybe you want to try them kneeling on your bed where it's a little bit easier position to get into. So we're going to come up into standing for our intervals now. Feel free to grab some water. If you need to sit and catch your breath, take as long as you need. I'm just going to demo these moves. So I'm going to show all of these with a chair in front of me so that if you want to use some support through your hands for any of these, you're welcome to. I'm going to start with my hand weights. I'm going to use 2 in each hand, or excuse me, 1 in each hand. And this is going to be a stepping squat. So for this, I'm just going to keep the weights kind of in front of me here. I'm going to alternate between stepping side to side. You don't have to join me yet. Just watch as I demo through these. So I'm taking a big step out. I'm going to squat, keeping my chest up. I'm stepping back together, and then I'm stepping out to the other side to squat. So step together, step out, squat. So I'm always coming back to that middle position and going out to the other side, alternating what side I'm squatting to. I'm exaggerating how high I'm lifting my foot, like Carly was showing in that seated position, and just going where I'm comfortable with this squat. So that's our first move. For the second one, this is going to be a side lunge with a single arm press. So I'm going to start with my hands up in this position. I'm going to start lunging to my right. When I lunge, if you can see, maybe I'll bump my camera down so you can see my knee a little bit more clearly. So as I lunge, you can see one knee is bent, the other knee is straight. And I'm sitting my hips back, almost like I'm starting to sit in a chair. So if you see from the side, my knee isn't forward like this. I'm not straight up and down, but my hips are going back like I'm starting to sit down. Okay. So as we lunge, I want you to do an overhead press with the opposite arm. Then I'm going to switch sides, lunge to my other side, and press with my opposite arm. You can do that with or without weight. You can also do this holding on. So lunge, you can add that press, or maybe you want to focus on the side lunge with both hands on the chair. So those are your options to make it work for you. The next one we're going to do, I should have told Carly, thank you. I'm going to have us get back to the ground for this rotation. I'll bump this down so you can see me. It's similar to that power twist that we did as the power move, but it's a little bit harder. So I want you to try to get into a plank position on your knees for this move. You can see I'm on my knees and my hands. I'm in a plank position, so my hips aren't in the air, but they're flat. So in this position, I'm rotating up to do that power twist and then coming back down. I'm not going to do the tuck through part. I'm just rotating side to side to do that twist. I'll show you from the side so you can see that as I start in this position, my hips are down. And then as I turn, I kind of pivot on my foot. So I kick my foot out to rotate like this. I come back down and I twist to rotate the other way. If you're not comfortable getting on the ground, you can focus on that same power twist move that we did in our warm-up. Really trying to get more motion, more of a turn and rotation during that. All right, so that's our third exercise. We're going to do intervals with these today. You don't have to join me yet, just make sure you're watching. We're going to start with, this is move number 4. It's going to be one power up and then a knee to elbow on each side. Power up, crunch your elbow in on each side. So that's our 4th move. You can do the same thing in sitting, where you're doing a power up, crunch, crunch. 5th move, last one we're doing is the side stepping braiding. So like the grapevine, braiding, whatever you call it, where you're stepping one foot in front and then stepping behind. Stepping in front and then behind. You know, shot down here. I'll start from the front so you can see me. So I'm stepping in front and then behind. Stepping in front and then behind. And then I'm working my way back. And you don't have to turn when I do if you have more space than I do, which is probably everyone. You can just do the length of the living room you're in or sitting room, wherever you're at. So those are our 5 exercises. I'm going to get a timer out so that we're doing 1 minute on and 30 seconds off. I want these to be short rest breaks so that we keep your heart rate up. We'll do it 2 rounds through, but I'll give us a slightly longer break after our first set. And go at your own pace at any time. If you need to stop and take a break before jumping back in with us, this is your call for all of them. All right. So I'm pulling up my timer. Again, we're going to start with that stepping out squat. I'm using my weights for this. You can also hold on to the back of your chair if you want more support. So starting with your feet together for this one. Ready? Let's begin. So step out, squat, step in. Other side, step out, squat, step in. Big step as you step out, squat, step in. So we're going to keep up with this move for the full minute. Keeping your chest up when you squat. Looking good, halfway done. Step together, step out, squat. Step in, step out, squat. Alternating side to side. You guys look great, 10 seconds left. All right, 30 seconds to rest. Then we're transitioning to that side lunge and overhead press. Remember, if you want to hold on the back of your chair, absolutely do that. Give yourself enough support. 15 more seconds of rest, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to keep my hands up here as I'm doing my lunge. A few more seconds, then we'll get started. All right, let's begin. So lunge and opposite arm press. Step together. Lunge, opposite arm press. Remember to stick your hips back like you're sitting in a chair as you do that lunge. Really trying to keep your posture up, upright, not bending over. You guys look good. We're halfway done. Keep working hard. Keep checking in with your posture. Make sure you're not losing your posture as you fatigue. 10 seconds left. Three, two, and one. All right. Catch your breath, take a break. We're heading down to our mats for that alternating power twist, side to side. So make your way down to the ground if you're joining me there. And we're getting into a plank position from your knees. 5 seconds to get ready. And let's begin. So we're going to rotate up. You notice my foot kicks out. I'm on my knees to my hands. I'm rotating to the other side. Nice and controlled with this one. This one isn't about speed, but keeping your balance, keeping your core muscles engaged. Looking good. Keep doing that power twist if you're seated or standing. Looking good, halfway done. Working hard on our posture, working hard on our core muscles. Five seconds left. All right, 30-second rest break. Make your way back up to standing. Take your time. You can use something to hold on to. Bring one leg up and then push up to standing. We're moving on to our power up and opposite elbow to knee. These are short rest breaks. Keeping your heart rate up, keeping us moving. We'll take a longer break after these next two exercises. All right, let's begin. So we have one power up, elbow to knee on each side. We're going to work through this same pattern for 1 minute. This one you can really push your speed with. As you get familiar with the exercise, see if you can increase your speed so that you're getting your heart rate up faster. Looking good. Doing big movements, stretching your arms out wide, even your fingertips are wide. More than halfway done. You can do this same move seated in your chair. Power up, followed by elbow to knee. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We have one final exercise of this circuit. It's our side stepping. About 20 more seconds, then we'll finish off that exercise. You can also do this along a wall, along the back of your couch if you want some support for your hands. You could even hold a cane in one hand to put down for some support if you need a little bit more. 5 seconds. All right, let's begin. So stepping in front, stepping behind, in front and behind. You don't have to go at my pace, go at your own pace. I know we're starting to feel tired, so really think about your posture. Keep your posture up tall, especially as we're all getting a little bit winded, a little bit fatigued. Looking good. Halfway done. Keep moving, keep the posture up. $20 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Grab a drink, have a seat. We're gonna do one more round through that, but take a break first, catch your breath. You guys did a really good job with that. Think about this next time through. What ones felt easy? What ones could you push yourself a little bit harder in? Or is there one that you want to modify a little bit to make it more comfortable for you? Maybe you want to give yourself more hand support or change your position with it to make it fit you better. We'll take a couple minutes and we've got one more round through those exercises. Think about with the squats, if that felt easy with the weight, maybe you want to go heavier with your weight. About 30 more seconds and then we'll get started here. We're starting with that alternating stepping squat again. All right, so grab your weights, make your way back up to standing. I'm gonna get our timer going here. All right, let's begin. So step out, squat, step in. Big steps as you alternate stepping side to side. 1 minute. So the last time you'll see this exercise today. Looking strong, halfway done. Keep pushing, keep working hard. Ten seconds left. All right, rest. 30 seconds to rest, and then we have our side lunge with that overhead press. I'm going to remind you when I'm doing my lunge, my hips go back behind me, one knee is bent, and my other leg stays straight. Still have about a little over 10 seconds. At any time, you can drop your weights and just do the movement without them. A few seconds to get ready. And let's begin. Side lunge and overhead press. Step back together, other side. Side lunge, overhead press. Make sure that you're not lunging so far to the side that you can't come back together with one step. Looking good. Halfway done. $15 seconds left. Keep working hard. Three, 2, and 1. Nice job. Done with our weights. Make your way down to the ground. We're doing our alternating side power twist. So a great way to even do this, as I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to get all the way to the ground, maybe you want to keep your hands here and walk your knees back. And you can alternate doing this power twist here. Find a level that feels like a challenge for you. We're going to get started here. Open, big twist, and then either back together or back out wide. Open or twist and reset. Slow and controlled for this one. Really working on your posture, your core muscles. Keep drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Nice job, everybody. Looking good. All right, make your way back up to standing. So you can walk your hands up to your couch or your chair, bring one leg up in front of you and push to stand. 2 more exercises of our circuit today. $10 seconds, then we're going back to that power up with the knee to chest. Take your time, you can join us whenever you get ready again. We have 1 power up, elbow to knee, power up, elbow to knee, either seated or standing. Big movements, exaggerated arms. Always reset with those wide arms, wide fingertips. Looking good, we're halfway done. Good job, everybody. $10 seconds left. All right, 30 seconds to rest. 1 final exercise is our side stepping. Catch your breath and we'll finish off with that last one. Done with the heavy lifting for class today. Moving on to some easier ones after this in terms of your breath. 3 seconds. All right, let's begin. So stepping in front, step behind, step in front and behind, and then coming back that opposite direction towards the way you came. And you don't have to turn when I do. If you have more space, keep going. Good. Remember, we're getting more fatigued now, so you'll have to remind your posture a little bit more to keep upright. "20 seconds to go." All right, take a break. Those look good. Grab some water, have a seat. We're done with our mats and done with our weights now. We're going to move on to some stepping exercises. I'm going to start to explain it. You don't have to get up yet. You can stay seated and catch your breath, but I'm just going to start to explain this next exercise. We've done this one a couple times before, but if this is new to you, this is called clock yourself. So I want you to think like you are sitting or standing in the middle of a clock, so that to your right in front of you would be 1 o'clock on that clock face, 2 o'clock a little bit further to the side, 3 o'clock is directly to your right. I'm trying to go backwards. 4 o'clock directly to your right, or to your right and back. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock is right behind you. 7 o'clock is to your left and back. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is directly to the left. 10 o'clock is to the left and in front. 11 o'clock is forward in front there. And 12 is directly in front of you. So you're in the middle of that clock face. And we're going to be doing stepping to those different directions. So I have a app on my phone that's going to call out a different number, and we'll step to that number, where that number would be, and then back to the center each time. So we're always stepping back to the center, and I want you to use both feet. So if the number is on the right side of your body, use your right foot. If the number is on the left side of your body, use your left foot. I'm going to do the stepping with you initially, but then I'm going to stop and just let you listen for the prompts, so that you don't have me to follow along with. So you can do this sitting, you can do this standing. We'll start with it where it is calling all the numbers out in sequence first. So in order from 1 to 12. And then we'll mix it up and make it a little bit harder. So make your way up to standing if you're going to join me in standing, or stay seated. You can also do this stepping and sitting. I'm going to be doing it backwards so that it's oriented towards you. So they're going to start calling out here the different prompts.
12.
It's directly in front.
1.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear that okay.
2.
Okay, cool.
3.
3.
4.
4.
5. 6.
So directly behind.
7.
Now stepping a little to the left.
8. 9. 10. 11.
So now they're going to come more randomly.
3. 2. 6. 10. 4. 11. 7. 9.
Straight out to the side.
1. 5. 12. 8. 12. 11. 7. 3. 2. 1. 9.
Nice. You guys looked really good with that. I can tell you're following along well. I'm going to start to increase the speed a little bit, and I'm going to stop following along with it just so that you can't follow along with me, but just have to listen for the prompts. If you get mixed up on any of these, try to just keep going at your own speed and catch up with you when you can. No worries if the speed doesn't work for you. I also want you to think about stepping as big as you can while you can still come back to the center with one step. So I want you to exaggerate those steps out, but make sure you can come all the way back in. If it takes you 2 steps to come back in, don't go out so far. Only step as far as you can get one clear step back to the middle. All right, so we have round 2 here. A little bit faster. Listen for the prompts. I'm not going to join in for this one. Here we go.
12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
6, 7, 8, 9.
So try to step
10.
back to the middle each time.
11, 5, 4, 10, 8,
Good job.
3, 6, 11,
This looks
1,
great.
2, 9, 12, 7, 4, 1, 12, 9, 7, 5, 3,
30 seconds left.
11, 8, 10, 2, 6, 12, 11, 3, 4, 1, 8, 5, 6, 2.
Nice. You guys kept up with that well. That looked really good. So this is the harder version coming now. We've done this one before. You may remember it. So instead of calling out a number, it's going to call out a month of the year. So instead of saying 1, it will say the speaker will say January, 2 for February, March was for number 3, April instead of 4. So I'm going to step to these in order with you guys. So January will be 1, February is 2, March is 3, April 4, May will be number 5, June for 6, July 7, August 8, September 9, October 10, November for 11, and then December for 12. So it's going to call out that month instead of the number. So you have to think about what that relates to. A little bit trickier. So it's going to go a little bit slower. Since we just practiced that together, I'm not going to have it call out the prompts in the first round. For the first minute, I'm going to be stepping with you, and then I'm going to stop, but you keep going as you hear the speaker for that second half of this here. All right. Give yourself some support if you want something to hold on to. I see someone using a cane. That's a perfect example. If you need some support, give yourself a cane or a little bit of something to hold on to if you feel unstable. Make sure you're stepping back into the middle each time. All right, we're going to get started.
January,
January,
July,
July,
February, December,
coming randomly.
March, November, April, June, August, October, September, May, November,
All right, I'm going to let you guys
March.
continue by yourselves now. Keep up with it.
July, June, August, October, May,
And keep stepping, even if you're in your chair.
December,
Step your feet to this position.
September, January, April, February, March, June, May, January, August.
Good. I'm going to stop us there and make it a little bit faster. You guys did great with that. So one more minute, coming a little bit faster at you now. Keep stepping back to the middle each time before the next one, just as you're doing.
May, August, October, July, September, January, February, June, April, March, November,
Nice job.
December, April, June, February, August, October, January, September, March, December, November, May, July, September.
Nice job. Let's make our way back to our chairs. We're going to finish with a little bit of a cool down today. It's great with that. So getting a little bit of brain games with our balance there. All right, so we'll finish with some cool down stretches here. Looks like people are making their way. I'll give everyone another few seconds. All right, so start with a deep breath in, arms come up overhead. You can coordinate your inhale as we come up and exhale, arms down. Do a couple more like that. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's bring one arm across your chest. Use your other arm to pull it close towards you. Feel a stretch on the front of your shoulder. Let's hold here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. One arm comes across, the other one's pulling it closer towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch out our neck. Bring your ear down towards your shoulder. Try to keep your shoulders down. This arm's gonna pull it a little bit further down, and this one's gonna tuck behind my back. Go till you feel a comfortable stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side and switch arms. Bring your ear towards your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head back to the middle and look up. Let's stretch our hamstrings out. So stretch your knee out straight in front of you. Keep your knee straight and bend forward. And you don't even have to reach towards your toes. I find people often bend their knee when they reach towards their foot. Just bend at your hips and you can keep your hand on your leg. We'll hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. One leg out in front of you. Keep this knee straight as you bend forward and stop when you feel a comfortable stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring that leg up across your lap. If this feels too hard for your hips, you can straighten that bottom leg. And then we're going to push down at your thigh and bend forward at your hips to feel a stretch on the back of your hip there. We're going to hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Pushing down on your thigh, lean forward so you feel that stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Put your arms out in front of you. Let's do some wrist circles. So big movement, rolling your wrists around. About 5 more this direction. Nice. And now switch directions. Try to keep your elbows locked and just letting your hands move. All right, open and close. 1, 2, 3. We're going to finish there. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Nice to exercise with you all. Glad you joined us, Brian. We'll see everybody next week.
Thanks, Katie. Great workout.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Yep, thanks, Katie.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Katie.
Yep.
That crossover motion, that was called the Stroll, a dance in the 60s.
What is it called?
The Stroll.
The Stroll? I love that.
The Stroll. I could do it in the 60s. I have trouble now, but that's what it was called.
That's funny. I've heard what I used to call it called the karaoke before, but the Stroll is new for me. I'm going to add that in there. I like that.
Yeah. Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Mr. Ed. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Easter egg.